Okay, welcome everybody back to Phandalin. This is session 14. In session 13, the session began with Echo having noticed Cruel magically assessing his strange stone, asking Cruel to assess the necklace they found on the Fomorian. The group watches curiously as Cruel identifies the necklace as bearing the curse of lycanthropy, with the slain Fey giant being the one who cursed it. Fife, being an Aphanocentaur, shows great interest in this revelation, as lycanthropes and centaurs have a distant cultural familiarity. Kroll magically manipulates his unusual stone, making it appear in his hand, and Echo notes his penchant for witchcraft. During a campfire conversation, Fife and Cruel double down on their lie and reassure Gymnus, Luthien, and the farmer that Fife is the greatest archer to have ever lived. Gymnus wonders what the hierarchy between mortals is, given Fife's quadruped body and glorious golden coat. Fife informs Gymnus that mortals are all equal in standing, a concept that Gymnus finds puzzling, given the discrepancy in capability between his own race and the elemental Metzenvaki. Luthien asks Gymnus what his role actually is, and Gymnus admits that his relatively simple task has been thrown awry by becoming lost. The group inquires about Metzenvaki, and Gymnus tells them that due to the time discrepancy, the Great Planner can only interact with the denizens of other planes by thinking ahead. However, the shifting geography of the Fey Plains and the Locust Storm randomized the group's location, making it harder to account for. Luthien subtly gets Echo's attention for a private conversation while the others process the remains of the defeated Fomorian Great Boar and the fallen Mothran Knights. Luthien informs Echo of what he witnessed and offers to keep Echo's secret safe, but questions Echo's purpose with the party and how they came to be in the Feydark. Echo admits to being misplaced, but warns Luthien of Fife and Cruel. Luthien inquires about the Dark Witch who opened a way between planes, but Echo is reluctant to speak her name, lest the name draw Merosuhana somehow. The two form a bargain. Luthien offers to help Echo deal with the threat back in Phandalin if Echo helps him escape from the Feydark. Meanwhile, Fife and Cruel harvest the Mothran Knight's wings and chitin to create a Mothran disguise, repulsing Gymnus. As the party ventures towards the fixed structure on the horizon, they encounter Isidore and Elok off the path, who are also traveling towards the landmark. Cruel notes that Mazun is not with the group, and Elok admits that his companion became separated during travel. Luthien questions Elok about his mortality, who is surprised to hear Luthien claim immortality. Noting Gymnus, the farmer, and Luthien, Elok questions the new Inhuman companions. The farmer introduces itself, urging trust between them, and Elok reaches out with his paladin senses alarmed. Saying nothing for now, the group proceeds to travel together to the structure in the distance. Upon approaching the structure, they find it to be a massive stone edifice built into the side of a tree. Isidore scouts ahead, using her ability to walk on walls to approach unseen. She finds that the Fomorians which occupy the structure include not only warriors, but what appear to be artisans and civilians. Returning to the group, Isidore proposes slipping multiple doses of carefully distilled bovine essence into the Fomorians' drinking vessels. Luthien gives Isidore a corked vessel that he obtained himself off the corpse of the fallen Fomorian. Fife, anticipating these bovine traits, works together with Luthien to cut their bedroll into a multitude of small red pieces, which later revert to their original color. Isidore sneaks her way back into the camp and pours 2 full doses of bovine essence into a large communal drinking gourd. She enhances the final product with her alchemical skills and leaves undetected. As the party waits for her, a strange exchange between the farmer and Fife tips Echo off that the farmer may be less familiar with livestock than he initially claimed. As Isidore returns, the party decides to set up camp a safe distance away from the structure and await the results. This right here is probably, well, I guess after this next scene is probably where we'll begin. As the party sits around the iridescent campfire that Luthien creates, they all get to know one another. Luthien asks about humans and Fife's quadruped race. Fife informs him that they used to be a hunter and tribal assassin, often involved in territorial disputes. Luthien fills the party in on his backstory again, explaining that he was exiled by the Winter Court to die deep in the chaotic wilderness for slaying a favored archfey of the court known as the Lady of Doubt, though no one knows how. At Isidore's questioning, Luthien reveals that his immersion in the Feydark wilderness has altered his magic. As conversation occurs around him, something stirs and awakens within the farmer, standing perfectly still by the fire. A sense of tangled confusion and disorientation envelops the statuesque body, attempting to recall something slightly out of reach. But then it abruptly fades away, and the farmer snaps back to his senses. Sitting alone and watching the others, Echo silently ponders their situation, attempting to figure out a new objective. Having successfully bought time to deal with the Phandalin mission, Echo concludes that the next move is to acquire an ally. Suddenly feeling tremendously sick, the tall figure abruptly stands and snaps away into the darkness of the woods, returning minutes later. Feeling better, they busy themselves offering tea to everyone. The farmer accepts a cup as well, and the party catches a glimpse of the overgrown interior of the farmer's unused mouth. Cruel prepares a Mothra in disguise, which strikes Gimnis as sickening. Noting that Gimnis refers to the party as mortals, Fife inquires about Gimnis's mortality. The insectoid explains that the Fey planes are energetic in nature, such that one's body is sustained by simply being there and does not age. Noting this, Cruel and Fife realize that they have never been hungry or thirsty since their arrival. The next day, the party finds the Fomorians collectively engaged in some sort of large gathering at the top of the structure. Isidora sneaks closer and listens in with a comprehension salve. Able to understand the Fomorians' giant speak, she discerns that the emergence of colossal and strange Fomorians has caused them to come together to discuss what it means for the group. After hearing this, she slips away to inform the others. At the base of the structure, the party figures out what their plan is. Noting that the Mothra Knights were attempting to get their bearings, Fife questions Gimnis about how to get in touch with Lord Metzenvaki. Gimnis points out that after becoming so vastly displaced and after so much time, he has completely lost his bearings, and the path he was intended to take has long become distorted. He admits to being limited in his ability to communicate across planes, and informs the party of a desperate plan to shape the clouds above the structure into a massive call for aid, informing everything and anyone that can see the clouds of your presence. The plan would be dangerous and is just as likely to draw attention from the Winter Court as potential allies. Lastly, the party agrees to hide within the structure and use the Fomorians as a means to fend off any hostile oncomers. In this case, we will sort of backtrack until after everyone has had their conversations, and we're going to sort of stretch out this period for however many days this ends up taking. But I will say that, generally speaking, while everyone sort of waits for Isidora's bovine essence to take effect, Isidora and Fife and Cruel will busy themselves doing whatever, they're up to. Cruel will be working on his stuff. His disguise. So what are y'all doing? Do y'all want to pick up? I guess it's pretty much always the evening, or it's always night here. And there's various moon cycles, so sometimes it's brighter and sometimes it's not. But I would say whenever you're done resting, it's still going to be night. So how do we want to proceed?
Okay. So we've got farmer kind of standing by the fire, standing very still. Wait, and what's Luthien doing?
Luthien is just staring at the fire, kind of in
Everyone's
trance.
staring at the fire.
Some good fire.
Okay.
So Luthien,
Yeah.
what do you do? What did you do in all of your loneliness? Because I'm wondering what Luthien is doing by the fire, and I recall you mentioning you having some kind of dice. Is that like a thing that you did like in the wilderness when you were alone, or?
No, he found those at the Lady of Doubt's mansion or palace or wherever she lived.
Okay.
He just like stole them while he was like serving her, and he's kept them ever since.
Okay.
Is he playing with them right now?
Yeah, he's playing with them.
Oh.
It's usually like he thinks of them as like good luck charms because they've kept him alive for this long.
Okay. Seeing this, Echo will get up, go over to Luthien, pull out some of their own dice, and kind of throw them in front of Luthien, and just say, "Hey, look, I have some of these too." And you'll look at these dice, and if you look at them closely, you can see they're all made of finely carved bone.
So my dice are like some crystal, uh, like gemstone, and the symbols look very different from the, uh, I don't know, like the little dots on the dice from yours. Like they're just completely different symbols, but from looking at them, you can tell that they mean the same in terms of numbering with the number of lines.
Oh, yours are much more fancy. Where did you get these?
I found them.
Found them. Quite fancy dice to happen upon.
Well, let's just say the old owner doesn't really have a need for them anymore.
I think I understand this. You know any good games?
Games?
Yes, dice games.
I didn't realize you could play games with these.
Oh, sure. I mean, I've heard of it, but I've been waiting to find someone that actually knows a game. I guess you do not.
I've always fancied these as charms of good luck. You've kept me alive for this long.
Good luck.
Have you ever actually used these dice?
No.
Like in a
Not,
game against somebody?
no.
Okay.
Like, so basically, after he defeated the Lady of Doubt, he went and like looked through her belongings in place and took a few things. The dice being one of them.
Nice.
He obviously couldn't take too much because he needed to flee with haste. But then he was caught.
Right, right. Okay. No sweat.
He managed to get away with the dice though.
Seeing that Luthien has no games to offer, disappointed, Echo kind of looks around and lands on the farmer, and they kind of lean over to Luthien and they say, "What do you make of our new friend that has joined us?" As the farmer just kind of stands there by the fire.
Completely unmoving.
Yes.
Can we hear them?
Yeah, absolutely.
So he just
Yeah.
keeps staring straight ahead. He doesn't even turn his head to look at them.
I, for one, do not like games. Machinations are not for me.
Raw.
The two of you hear this, like, completely psychically.
Oh shit,
Wow.
really?
Yes, the farmer doesn't, like, speak.
He's telepathic.
Oh, okay.
Completely
this has already
telepathic.
happened. Never mind. Okay.
He's just staring straight ahead and talking into your brains about how he doesn't like games.
Oh. You do not like games. What do you like then? I think. I don't say aloud. Does he hear me?
Yes.
I, and this might shock you, love farming more than anything in the world.
You have mentioned this farming before. What do you farm?
All of them.
Echo pauses. Is Luthien's getting this too, right? It's like a broadcast test.
Probably.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
I love farming all of them. Every
Oh.
variety.
Elaborate now.
Just a
Yes, that's a great idea. So, you know how sometimes you put things into the ground and they grow? I like to do that myself.
And what grows from these things you put into the ground?
All of them.
Again, all of them.
Many of all of them.
I turn towards Echo and I say, if you're looking for games, look no further. This one likes to speak in cryptics. That's his game.
Ah, a riddle kind of person. I see.
Have
Well
you
then,
done any
perhaps you can give
farming?
us. What? What?
Have you all ever done any farming?
Farming.
He like lights something with a lighter.
Can't say I'm
Full
very
contact.
proficient in farming.
What do you do? Tell me about your goals, both of you. What do you like? What do you need?
Revenge. But I'm not now and not here. But I will get it.
Against who?
The people who put me here. The ones who put me here.
Then he looks at Echo and he's like,
What motivates you?
Echo thinks about this for a second. And they say, to be quite honest, at this very moment in time, it's hard to say.
do I believe that?
You want to roll for it?
Roll some insight?
No, roll some insight on that.
So when we're speaking to him, are we speaking through our minds the whole time?
Yeah, so the farmer basically has just full-on detect thoughts. Just
Okay.
always on detect thoughts.
It's bad insight though.
You can attempt to hide stuff, but you can make a check against it.
Okay. Here, I'll do. Oh,
Nice.
24. Yeah, you believe me.
I'm assuming I do, right?
Guess.
Yeah.
So my understanding is that Echo just doesn't.
So Echo, you have a pretty slippery mind, and you're accustomed to dealing with specifically creatures of the abyss and like witches related to them. You haven't quite encountered anything like the farmer and the farmer's sort of strange appearance with these sort of wiggling growths. It doesn't look quite like what you typically encounter, which is more in the direction of like demons and such.
Does he have smoke coming off of him like I've seen before?
Let me think for a second.
I saw it with the creature in the jail, if that helps anything.
No, the farmer does not.
Okay. Okay. But, interesting.
So the farmer's confused by Echo's lack of motivation, but believes it succinctly.
Looking curiously at the farmer, Echo thinks, and where do you hail from?
I have forgotten my homeland's name.
Are you very old?
I don't believe I am old.
How can you forget? Everyone remembers where they are from, their hometown.
I'm a farmer who has forgotten the name of his crops and the hometown that he lived in, the name of his wife and child, and I've just been searching ever since.
But you remember that you had a wife and child.
Yes.
Interesting. Do I believe all this?
That's you want to roll for it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Or I
Oh,
guess
no.
roll whatever's
Oh no, I
appropriate.
got the low roll. Oh shoot. I guess I do.
The farmer's hard to read because the farmer doesn't really move. Like at the most, the farmer may like tilt ahead in your direction, but outside of that is like completely still.
Weird.
Or at least has been thus far.
Luthien, how much do you crave revenge? What are you willing to pay?
I'll do anything for power.
Good. Echo, would you pay
First.
that price?
I wish to get out of here.
Would the farmer know anything about his surroundings?
It's very unlikely that you would know anything about your surroundings. But what sort of thing are you asking about in particular?
Would he know the way out?
The way out of the Fey Wilderness?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But that's like not really something anybody's really able to navigate very easily. So Luthien said Luthien would be willing to do anything for power, but wanted to get out of here first. And the farmer, what did you ask, Echo?
If Echo would also be willing to pay that price.
Question.
Hey, which price? Sorry. Anything?
Anything.
Anything.
I don't believe I would. I'm not sure there is anything that I would pay anything for.
Echo, make me a perception check.
Okay. Dang it!
Okay.
If this is that being watched feeling, I have low roll every time.
You sure? You sure?
Every time.
I will say you feel it. You definitely feel it as
Damn it.
as
I
you're
look
answering this
around.
question.
And I see nothing.
Nothing.
Hmm.
Just a bunch of plants.
Do we see this? Do we notice this?
You see
Echo.
Echo suddenly look about sharply, as if alerted to something.
What's wrong, Echo?
Just, you know that feeling you get when you're being washed? You know, the hairs on the back of your neck. Feel it. Feel it, but I don't understand why. There is nobody but us here.
The farmer. You have been keenly aware of a presence that sort of comes and goes, and has visited the party several times, usually while they're sleeping, but occasionally during the day. It seems, until this point, it's been completely harmless. You only feel it for a few moments and then it's gone. But you can't quite tell with your limited vision what exactly it is. But you suddenly feel another thing there and then it's gone.
I too have been feeling something watching us.
I'm sorry. What did you say? Just happened?
So Echo sharply looked about, and then when the farmer questioned why, Echo was suddenly alerted mid-conversation. Echo admitted to having been feeling a presence watching them.
Oh, okay.
And the farmer said, "Yeah, me too."
Does Luthien feel this presence?
No, I would say you haven't.
Lame. All right.
An idea occurs to Echo, and they turn to the farmer. Wait, they wouldn't know this, though. Well, they just say, they say, you know, I have a suspicion. I may know someone who knows something about this. What is Elok doing right now?
Elok is sort of just resting against a rock over here, doing his own thing.
He's just resting against a rock?
Doing Elok things.
He's probably like tending to his gear. He's doing something over there.
Well, then they
You see him
think
fumbling
to
with
the
something.
they think to the farmer, and I hope Luthien can hear this too. I think our new armored friend over there, and they kind of nod to Elok. They say, may know something about this. Do you care to go investigate with me?
I would love to.
Luthen, you can't necessarily hear what Echo is thinking,
Oh.
but the farmer can. Yeah, there's not like shared telepathy. So the communication with the farmer is basically one way, but the farmer can hear everything around it.
Okay, not getting a response from Luthien, Echo will kind of lean in and quietly repeat it to Luthien.
All right.
Yeah, I want to go ask
So
Elok.
the three of you are gonna go question Elok over there. All right, let me gather you all up.
I want to sneak up on him and then stand over him creepily.
Stab him.
Oh my God, Echo.
I just want to startle him.
God. All right, Echo, roll me a stealth check.
Yeah. Be good.
Oh
Ooh,
my
28!
God.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's see. Okay. Go spook him, Echo. So how do you spook him? How do you get him?
He's like leaning over his gear. So I'm just gonna stand right behind him, kind of lean over his shoulder, get right down next to his face, and say, I have a question for you.
He startles and he says, "That's the second time you've done that. I'd appreciate you not sneaking up on me." He says, I've been through things and appreciate not being snuck up on.
Perhaps you're just not as alert as you think you are.
Let's see, you're like kind of lurking back here behind his rock, I guess. He says, "Is there something I can do for you?"
Yes, you said that when you got here, you got separated from Mazoon, correct?
Yes.
Is it also safe to assume you got separated from the creature that was in your charge?
Petsu.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
So you were supposed to take care of it and you lost it.
Well, not exactly.
Well, what happened?
I'm afraid it's with Mazoon. Or at least it was, last I saw.
How did you get separated?
not entirely sure. Truth is, we were walking along the path, the three of us, and then everything went dark. And the next thing I knew, Mazoon was gone, and so was this creature. Isadora and I were alright, but it appears Mazoon, and you see he sort of grimaces because Kroll's been such a dick about it the whole time. He says, "It seems Mazoon did indeed abandon us. But I know not where he plans to go, and I know not why."
Nor where he went.
Luthien interjects, says, "Who is this Mazoon?"
Turning, the paladin says, "He's my partner." And
He has the same powers and ability as you, I'm guessing.
he's had some similar training, but every witch has his own gift. We paladins are all
Witch.
unique.
Which you say?
And he sort of
Is
nods.
that slur speak, or is that a term that
No.
mortals use?
So sort of seeing your confusion, Elok sort of explains, and he says, "You see, it's my job. When a magic user is discovered, the Empire sends out a paladin to retrieve that user before they cause harm to themselves or the people around them. We bring them back to the Empire and train them to be paladins. And the Empire, in turn, uses us to act on its behalf, usually for the betterment of others, even though not everyone may see it that way," sort of nodding up at Echo.
And what are paladins?
We're essentially magic users trained by my kingdom.
Magic users.
We're soldiers.
What school of magic?
School? And he sort of cocks an eyebrow. And he says, I'm afraid I'm not familiar. Roll me
This
an
is-
insight check, Luthien.
Okay. Yeah. Insight.
So, Echo, compared to you, Elok is basically like a soldier slash cop.
Soldier slash cop.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that he monopolizes, or the people he works for monopolize the magic of basically children, and then take them and shape them for their own. Fucking hate that.
Well, that's basically what the Drow elves do as well.
Well, that's the empire that you work for.
Yeah, Drow elves are pretty much the same.
Echo doesn't know that yet.
Yeah, I will say, Echo, to give you some context, given your line of work, you have seen cases where magic users have been, like, exceedingly destructive. That would be a good one-shot for us to run sometime.
Okay.
But there is some context. Think like
That does give me context.
think like X-Men, you know, kids, like blowing up shit and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like, it can be dangerous. But it doesn't mean paladins are always good, and a lot of people fucking hate paladins because they, like, sometimes, like, rip families apart. You know what I mean?
Aw, abuse their power.
You're just
Not
a little bit evil. You must
necessarily, but, like, not everybody wants to, like, part with their kid just because they're identified as a magic user. You know what I mean?
Right.
Kroll is very interested to learn all of this new
Oh, shit.
information about paladins that Kroll did not know.
Whoa.
Yeah, what's up, Kroll?
Oh, I heard him mention for a while back. I was waiting for him.
Yeah, I was waiting for y'all to get to an
Oh, shit.
interesting spot. Hello.
Okay, yeah, this is totally what paladins do, Kroll.
Yeah, definitely not new information. Don't know any of that.
And yeah, Kroll, I believe you had said you had gone rogue after leaving Waterdeep, you said?
Yeah. Yeah, because of Fife's god giving Cruel like visions that were driving him insane.
Right, okay. Okay, yeah, so Cruel was experiencing visions. Are you able to join in, or are you just listening in?
I'm in.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, here, let me, if you want to step a little closer, I'll scale you up to size. Okay. Echo, how long are you gonna stand up on that rock? Are you just hanging out up there?
I'll jump down anytime.
Okay.
No problem. I'm above all.
Yeah.
No.
I'll give you all a little space. Technically, you are like all kind of hanging out over there. Isidore's off experimenting or something over here.
She's collecting some kind of fungus or something.
She's working on that pristine ogre horn and that glowing Feydark root that you gave her.
Good.
Awesome.
But yeah, so anyways, this is generally the role of paladins, and there is a pretty wide variety of paladins, and that's generally because everyone has their own kind of X-Men gift. Every witch kind of has their own shtick, you know? Usually people can only cast like a cantrip or something like that. From what y'all have seen, Cruel actually has a very wide range of gifts, and a pretty... While they know like combative magic, aka healing and smites, which if you think about it is like soldier magic, both of them were taught that by the Empire because they're magically inclined, so spells can be like learned, but their natural gifts are something different. So a little context there on what they mean by witch in this setting. It's essentially just like a magic user, but magic isn't so common to these mortals that they're like, oh yeah, schools of magic, we're like super trained in all this. They're like the humans are like kind of just grasping this. The humans are like a newer race, whereas a lot of these other races have been around for a while.
Does Luthen know anything about humans?
No, you don't really know a whole lot about humans at all. You were learning about humans a little bit last session. And Fife had explained a little bit about the centaurs, but you really didn't learn very much about humans at all.
Is Kroll human?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, Kroll is like a large framed human.
That's some cool paladin lore.
And I intentionally have not talked to Elok about being a paladin, because I would prefer him to not report me for being a paladin, because I probably shouldn't be here right now, where I am. So.
Well, Elok is also aware that you have some of the same abilities because you've used them and you've sensed things alongside him.
Yeah, but doesn't know I've gone AWOL.
Right. Okay. So that's what's up. And Echo, you remember the lore about the Crimson Rite?
I believe so. Is this something you sent me?
I think I have.
Is it something I came up with?
Note. Echo's letter.
Oh.
Yeah, it's in your journal actually. If you want to read that.
Okay, I'll check it out right quick.
But I'm happy to read it as well. Yes. So. That being said, all of this to put it in perspective, Paladins going AWOL is something you'll have certainly heard about before, but it's definitely not something that's approved of or talked about. It's probably treated, I imagine, similarly to like soldiers going AWOL, except the Empire will straight up kill you if you're a paladin, which was a big part of Mazoon not wanting to be put down. And so, like, there is some context to Mazoon being like, hey, I don't really, like, want to be a part of this whole Empire shtick. And that's actually exactly why Cruel went AWOL as well.
Kroll was a paladin?
Yeah, I don't know if Luthien necessarily knows that, but yeah, Cruel technically is a paladin.
Oh.
So, what's going on here? Are y'all asking Elok something? Or Luthien just
Echo.
want to learn about humans?
Yeah, I want to learn about humans. I ask him, what is the origin of the human race?
Elok is like very surprised to hear this, and he sort of shakes his head and he's like, I have no idea. The gods, I assume.
And I take it you are the leaders of the mortal world, are you not?
Elok is going to shake his head. But I assume you're also asking like Echo and Cruel?
Yeah.
Can you repeat the question?
I'm asking if humans are the leaders of the mortal world, mortal realm.
Humans may be leaders of certain towns, but not any more so than, elves or orcs or.
There are elves in your realm?
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting.
Many of them live in the
Very
forest.
interesting. So it seems the Fae and the mortal realm have some form of connection. I must see these elves.
Oh. When you get out of here, I'm sure we can find some.
Do you actually know where to find them? Or are you just like, oh, we'll find some elves?
Yeah, they'll be around there somewhere. We can track some down.
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm
Elves,
sure we can track
elves.
some down because they're common enough. That's kind of what they're saying.
Yeah, I wouldn't think it'd be the easiest thing in the world to find elves back in the material plane. You'd have to probably go so far into the
material
deep
plane.
wilds that you get to where the Feywilds start to like kind of leak in.
And then they might kill us.
And then
Sorry,
you're-
I thought elves were more common. I thought.
No,
Well, they
no.
might be. Just not sure where to find them, like, player-wise.
Yeah, so here's another, a little bit more fucking complicated world-building lore. Basically, the material plane, as I conceive it, consists of like overlapping planes, and it's like basically the sum total of all of them, right? And it's kind of its own thing, but it benefits from all these other planes. And if you go to certain places in the material planes, there are spots where these other planes kind of like leak in, right? So human settlements tend to be closer to shorelines, and if you go deep enough out into the wilds, you'll get to where like the Feywild starts to sort of leak in, and you'll encounter like generally what would be considered like mythological creatures and Fey and ogres and like monsters like that out in the deep wilds. And then there are places like Barrett, you're more familiar with like the Abyss, where if you go like deep into like the holes in the earth,
You find stuff. Is it the same if you were to go to the bottom of the ocean? It'd be like considered a part of the abyss, since it's called the abyssal plane or abyssal depths.
If you go far enough down, yeah.
Okay.
So these other planes kind of leak into the material plane, and that's why Fife would have experienced other centaurs, from the Feywilds. Fife's people actually originated from the Feywilds. But Fife may know something of elves, but they're off working on something at the moment. Okay, so what are we doing?
Having spoken a little bit to Elok, Echo turns to the farmer and just thinks, I think perhaps the creature that escaped this one's guard might be watching us.
Interesting.
It is my best guess. Or the Mazoon person that also got lost. It could be him watching us. I don't know.
Should we look for signs of their intrusiveness?
That is not a bad idea.
Can I cast Heartbeat real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Do I detect anything?
So you detect the heartbeats of everyone around you except the farmer.
Okay.
The farmer does not have a heartbeat.
Alright, so they're not within 30 feet of us.
No.
Could Luthien maybe conjure a illusion of Echo or one of us?
Can't.
Ah,
I can. I don't know if Prestidigitate, like how much it allows me to do something like that, but I think you're talking in terms of like silent image, which is like, it's. I don't have that yet.
Prestidigitation's usually limited to like 3 effects, but we can. I'm generally pretty loose with the interpretation of it.
I mean, would you let me make an illusion? I mean,
A
like
simple
basically
illusion?
a silent image of what? What do you want me to make it of?
maybe Echo, and then Echo could go see if they
Make
could.
one of Echo.
If it's a whole figure, that's more the realm of like minor illusion or silent image.
Yeah.
What if
I
what if
mean-
Echo was laying down in like a sleeping bag or something?
Yeah.
There's just a sleeping bag and a torso.
So like a small like 5x5 image, and I think I would allow movement for that, would be the realm of like minor image, whereas silent image is like more free range major movements, you know, as opposed to like a small flickering flame or something.
Because if Echo could sneak out of here and maybe go and find the person I think is watching us, might be a good idea.
So you also
I was trying to figure out what you were doing with
No,
Echo
yeah.
in the sleeping bag.
No, if we're
get it
being
now.
watched, it would be a good idea to find whoever's watching us.
Why not
Totally.
just shove a
Totally.
boulder into your sleeping bag?
That's true.
Shove it. And then put some rocks in it.
Some rocks in there. You could just do an image of my head peeking out from under the covers or under
Yeah,
the...
I could probably
Yeah.
do that.
It's a small part of me, not the whole body. Maybe. Is that possible?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, can I just do like a face peeking out? DM.
Uh,
Carpe diem.
do you have? You're trying to conjure an illusion.
Yeah, without having that spell. Like, the only thing I can use that's close to it is Prestidigitation.
Yeah, I would say for illusion magic, you would need at least minor illusion if you're trying to
Do
conjure
not
like a
have-
full-blown illusion. Although prestidigitation, other than that, is like pretty much a catch-all.
Yeah, all I have is Prestidigitate. It's the closest thing I can get to illusions for right now.
So you are trying to catch the thing that Echo says feels spying on them, and that the farmer claims it is also detected.
Yes. I will think at the farmer. Whatever we find, I do not trust Elok with the information.
I too do not trust Elok.
And I heard their whole conversation, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You were right there with us.
He's very okay with taking children, and I don't necessarily trust that kind of behavior.
Likewise.
I butt in and I say,
I think
Wait,
they're
am I listening
speaking.
too?
I think they're speaking telepathically because Echo specifically said you were thinking this, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
okay,
were
never
speaking
mind then.
telepathically,
Don't say
but
anything.
Echo, I guess we'll turn to like Luthien and shoot, I don't want Elok to know.
We'll just walk away from Elok. You
Oh.
walked over to him.
That's funny.
'cause
Could
he was
just
like-
walk away from him.
Yeah, he was sharpening his sword or polishing
Luthien
his armor
still
or
has
something.
questions for Elok, so you guys walk away. Luthien is just gonna stay next to Elok and keep asking questions.
Okay, cool. So you are
Go for
welcome
it.
to step away if you like.
Echo will just kind of whisper to Luthien, join us when you are done here.
I nod.
And Echo will also kind of nod at Cruel. Give an indication of like, come join us.
Oh. Okay. Kroll just stands up and walks over. Not saying anything.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So, I'll tell you what. We'll bounce over to Luthien after this. If Cruel, Echo, and the farmer want to go first.
Oh no, I was totally gonna let Luthien go because he said he had questions for human questions or something.
Okay, sure. And then Luthien can join.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So Luthien, what would you like to ask Elok? You can see Elok is sort of relieved as Echo parts.
So I want to ask, what is the problem that he has with his partner that he's so concerned about?
Well, you see, we're quite unfamiliar with this place. And my partner, as I understand it, did something rather strange recently.
Strange. How does it have something to do with how you got here?
Unfortunately, I wasn't there to witness it, but yes, you could say that. We made a deal, you see, with this strange creature, woman, I'm not sure, some kind of monster. And she tore open a hole in the town square, and that hole brought us here. My partner made some sort of deal with her, so I hear, and she healed him. Beyond that, I don't know.
Did the rest of the group come in contact with this thing?
Did the rest of the group come in contact with this thing? Which thing are you referring to?
This creature, this woman.
Yes, we all did. That's how we got here. I saw it, but I never dealt with it directly.
Why did you exactly come here?
Why did I come here? Oh, I recall. It's because the town we were in was about to be destroyed, and there wasn't any sort of way to save everyone. And coming here was a desperate attempt to buy more time, to come up with some kind of plan to help everyone back home.
And you hope to gain more knowledge by being here?
Well, I had hoped so, but it seems I may become trapped here. And that may be worse, but I have a good deal of time, at least, to find my way back. I hope it's enough. I believe I have about 3.5 months.
Damn.
A little less now.
So the time spent here. So wait, hon. So he knows that he can spend 3.5 months here, but does Luthien know that 3.5 months there is like, or here is like 3 minutes there or 3 hours there or something? Forget the actual time dilation.
The time dilation is pretty massive. I think it was like an hour is 3.5 months. So you guys have a lot. Yeah, so Elok was actually mistaken there. I guess he would have changed that. So Elok actually has a tremendous amount of time because they essentially had 1 day to go before, and he's going to fill you in on all this, before the two dragons converged on Phandalin and destroyed Phandalin, fighting each other.
Okay.
But here, he actually has a huge amount of time because he has 24 times 3.5 months.
Alright, hold on a second.
So, generally speaking, Elok's in a pretty rough spot because he came in here trying to do the right thing and then got deserted by his partner with the creature he's supposed to protect, with a bunch of people who don't like him.
Well,
It's not a good place to be for Elok.
I ask Elok, have you seen that creature that your partner made a deal with?
Not since, no.
Has anyone else in the group seen it?
The others made a deal with it directly, but I didn't
Is that
go in.
so? And which ones would that be?
And Elok will sort of point to Echo, Cruel, and Fife.
Interesting.
I don't think he's.
So they have
Did she?
powers that were gifted to them by this creature, and you haven't seen it personally, correct?
I only saw it speaking from afar. Was Isadora with y'all? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe she was.
Okay.
Why is Elok lying about us?
Then Isadora's gonna say, yeah, Isadora went in as well. He's not lying. He's basically telling Luthien, like, they
But
all
we
went
didn't
into the
accept the
portal.
gift. We made Harp and Weskers accept the gift.
Yeah, no, he's not saying you accepted any of the
Okay.
gifts.
Oh, I thought that's what he was saying. Okay, so none of them accepted a gift besides Mazoon and Harvin Wester.
Yeah, he'll fill you in on on Harvin Wester.
The man seems like a coward, and he was a leader in that world. Interesting.
Yes, well,
Humans choose the low bar for those who they decide to lead them. Not here. The leaders here are quite ruthless.
yes, I'm afraid I cannot speak for everyone. But human politics are complicated. I'm tempted to ask you. I'm tempted to have Elok ask you more about your background, but I don't want to take too much time away from the others.
Okay.
I'm all down for that if that's what you want to do.
Sure.
I love background. Anybody else?
By all means.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So he's going to say to you, Luthien, you yourself seem one of the more regal figures I've met out here in this strange place.
Regal, you say? If only I could dream.
Can you tell me a bit about how you came to be here and what your people are like? I've never seen anyone who looks quite like you do. Sort of
We are the
looking at
Dark
like your...
Elves, but the more common ones refer to themselves as Drow. It's actually been a surprise to me to hear about the elves that exist in your world. I thought that we were just a unique group of people here out in the Feydark.
It's a surprise to me as well. I wasn't aware that there were elves anywhere we could find, but Echo seems confident. And like it or
I'd like
not...
to meet them myself, but right
Well-
now I'm just focused on getting out.
Well, like it or not, that one there works for the Empire as well. Pointing over at Echo. And he says, we may not get along, but they wouldn't be in the position they're in if they weren't capable. My partner may have deserted us, but other than myself, I would wager that one's had the most training of anyone here.
He's referring to Echo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's referring to Echo's standing within the Empire.
They seem capable. They seem to know their way around a knife. Wouldn't doubt that they have very good training from this empire that you mentioned.
They've had the best training. And yes, I'm sure they are quite good with a knife. Doesn't make me comfortable in circumstances like these.
You seem to have gotten yourself into quite the conundrum. This isn't the friendliest place to outsiders, especially those who come from a completely different world.
It's certainly not. If it weren't for the others, I don't know what we would do. We were fortunate to have been met by the lot of you. I still don't know how we're going to get out of here. But they seem to know what they're doing. That one
I'm
there,
only a
pointing...
follower of them. I hope they can get me out in the same time.
Do you think that thing's plan will really work? Sort of pointing over at Gimnis, who's like snoozing
What do I know about
off
Gimnis?
in the corner. Very little. None of...
I've never seen it before, or like any of its species.
No, because Gemnis is a resident of the Feywild, which is like the daylight counterpart
Okay.
to the Feydark.
So he's like a summer court kind of creature.
Exactly. So Gimnis is actually very misplaced out here. Gimnis had a relatively simple mission, which has gone very awry, but you don't know very much about it. He's just sort of like this insectoid creature.
Well, he didn't seem too upset when we slain those guards that were escorting us, so he doesn't seem to be part of their faction at the most part.
Was Elok privy to this? You slew the guards that were accompanying
He
you?
wasn't here when we killed the Mothran.
No,
Yeah,
he wasn't.
I'll tell him about like the Winter Court guards escort that appeared to take us in to see the Winter Queen, and basically I don't want to see her again, so I convinced the group to kill the guards so that we can continue following Gimnis without interference.
Interesting.
So we're actually being hunted right now. We're fugitives in a sense.
You see Elok like blanch at this. He's like... He's like, out of the frying pan, eh? I suppose you're not familiar. He says, well,
No,
we'll simply
why
have
not?
to make do. But I trust that, or I certainly hope that this plan that we're hatching is going to work. This ordeal with the cows.
Whatever beats meeting in Adeliani again. It's certain doom for us once we are fixed in her gaze.
You've met the Winter Court Queen, eh?
Unfortunately, she's the one who put me here.
Well, then I'll take your word for it. Perhaps it's best we not fall prey to their clutches. Okay, did
We
you
would
want
become pawns. What?
to... Sorry, go on.
No, I was just saying we would become pawns in her schemes and stuck here forever.
Yeesh. I was basically just going to ask if there was anything else you wanted from Elok in particular.
I wanted to know more about Meryl Suhana. I didn't get the name. Actually, oh wait.
Elok doesn't actually know that
Know
much
the name.
about it. The most interaction Elok had was seeing her speak to Ragnhild from afar, but Elok didn't actually enter with the rest of you.
Oh, okay.
He was remaining chained to that creature.
But he knows the rest of the group has come into contact. Does Luthien piece together that Meryl Suhana is the one that Echo made a deal with, or Echo came into contact with to get here?
Probably because Echo told you that they made a deal with something they didn't want to say the name of.
Oh.
But you haven't quite gotten the name of this entity yet, but Elok did tell you that the others made a deal with a creature who tore a hole open in the middle of the courtyard, and that's the town courtyard, and that's how they all got here.
It's crazy.
So yep, it's a completely random group of people who kind of ventured in here. Not completely random, they're all sort of tied together by little events that they've all participated in. But yeah, not necessarily a group that agrees with each other completely.
So, one of Luthien's new missions is to find Mazoon and question him on this pact that he made with this creature, because this interests Luthien.
Okay. Alright, did you want to go join the others?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll actually put you over here so you're not standing in water. So everyone's getting together for like a conversation. A private conversation away from Elok.
Luthien joining us. I'm at the end of explaining to the farmer how Fife and I are next in line to take over a small town in the human world. We've rigged the deck. As soon as Harbin Wesker dies, it's all ours.
You sound ambitious, Cruel.
Yeah. And then I stop laughing.
Tell me, what else do you want? What do you crave? What do you desire?
I want to talk to Fife's god about what the heck they think they were doing. It's the main reason I'm here. And also, hopefully, not, save the town that we're about to inherit.
How do you feel about Elok?
Indifferent. I think he was foolish to trust his clearly evil friend.
And then the farmer looks at Echo and says,
I feel like Elok is a liability. What should we do about that?
You see a smile creep across Echo's face, and much like their arms and legs, It's just a little bit too big for their face, like a little bit too long, too wide. And they say, I've been thinking the same thing recently. Perhaps we should do something about this.
Yes.
Echo will turn to Luthien, because I guess all this has been happening between people telepathically. And says, so you know how I helped you kill those moth people because you said you did not want to go with them to where they were taking us? Do you remember this?
Oh, you turned towards me, is that what you said?
Yeah, Luthien.
And what were you asking? You cut out.
I'm basically saying, like, hey, do you remember how you asked me to help you kill those moth people, and I helped you kill those moth people?
Yes, I remember it like yesterday.
Yes, I think I would like to ask for the same service of you. Don't think we need our other traveling companion back there. And they subtly nod in Elok's direction.
You want me to murder that man?
Not you. I'm saying we all work together to achieve it.
Interesting. You're far more chaotic than some of the beings here.
Am I?
Yes. Turning on someone that we just broke conversation with. I had much information I gained from him. And now
Yeah.
I'm throwing him to the wayside like a rag doll.
Well, he and I have a history. It is not as chaotic as you think.
I will help you dispose of this man, only if you tell me the name of the creature that you made a deal with to get here.
I will do you one better. If you help me with this, I will take you straight to her.
This piques my curiosity, and you have struck a deal.
Very well. I hold out a hand to shake.
I held out my hand. I prestidigitate an intense warmth in my hand, almost scorching but not burning the skin.
Interesting. Okay.
And Cruel, you're just
I
watching.
kind of butt in and I go, "Hey, Elok sucks. I agree with that part. I don't really think we have murder him. I don't think he sucks that much. He seems like an okay guy. Is what I'm trying to say.
So you don't want to kill him?
Yeah, like why would we kill him?
He is a liability.
So
I
what
mean-
do you suggest we do?
Not kill him. Maybe we figure it out once we get to. Maybe we got Gymnus with us somewhere. Once we get to where Gymnus wants to take us, which I believe is the home of Fife's god, we can leave Elok there. It'll be no problem. No need to kill him.
Cruel, make me an insight check.
Okay. Insight. Huh.
Okay. Alright, never mind.
Okay. What about can I persuade Luthien
Persuade me to do what?
to maybe not want to kill Elok as much?
I mean, they just like shook on a
We
tree.
already
right?
agreed to kill him, so
Well,
it would be me persuading you to kill him. to
Luthien,
help
I would point
you.
out as well, Luthien, that you're a fae,
mhm.
and you're pretty much gonna honor this deal.
in the human world, it's wrong to just kill people for no reason.
Unfortunately,
no reason.
I have already struck a deal with the one named Echo. It seems that I have no choice, as bound to my deal,
Well,
to destroy this Elok.
you didn't make a deal on when you would help do it. We could put it off again.
Why are
Is
you
that
so interested in
acceptable? Is that acceptable, Hunter? To put off the, to put it on hold?
Well, it's a good point. You guys didn't actually specify when it would occur.
Okay. All right.
So like, this is something you could be open to, Luthien, but that's up to you.
Yeah, I say, fair enough. We didn't specify when. Tell us when, and we will gladly carry it out. But it has to be done. Otherwise, I am breaking my oath, and therefore I would be. What exactly happens to drows that don't abide by their pact?
I think societally, and this is pretty common among just all Fey culture, it's considered such a grave offense that the other party is like justified in just completely unleashing their wrath upon you, which would strike humans
So
probably as
Echo
like overreactive.
is justified if they decide to just attack me because I didn't do it.
If you didn't do it, yeah, Echo's justified in doing everything within their power. Which granted, like, coming from Echo, you can kind of gauge that however you like. If you were dealing with something like an Archfey, that would be a much more serious threat if, breaking your promise meant that they could just drop everything to hunt you down, And were entitled, in their mind, to
I
do
turn
so.
to Echo and I say, "Is this fine by you that we wait until the right moment that Cruel decides?"
I decide.
Cruel decides no. No. Just know if you
When
wait,
would you want it to happen then?
the longer we wait, the longer you have to meet with this woman. I'll just say that.
Well, that meeting's not gonna happen till we leave this place anyways.
And why are you so keen on keeping him alive?
I just don't think there's a good
Yeah.
reason to kill him.
You do not, but just because you do not have a reason does not mean I don't.
Yeah, but I think I might know what your reason is.
I have read his mind.
Luthien just
He was
steps
in
back.
league with the Mothmen.
Who?
He was an ally with the Mothmen.
Elok was?
Yes, I read his mind.
Oh, what the fuck?
We should kill him.
Does Elok know that we killed the Mothman?
Yep, he does.
Uh,
I just told him.
well, shit.
Well, there, now you have a reason to kill him.
Okay. I don't know that I can be party to y'all murdering Elok, even under those situations.
That is not a problem. You don't have to be a part of it.
Take a walk.
Yes.
This will only be brief.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, then I guess me and Fife will walk out of here for a little bit.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh my god. Okay.
Are we doing this right now?
Are y'all doing this right now? I know Isadora will come to your aid.
I think the answer is yes.
Okay, so.
Alright, so we
Alright.
need a plan.
I will burn him into a crisp.
Wonderful.
That
I
is my
will.
plan.
How about I go off in search of food and
Jesus
loop back around and sneak up from behind? Flank him.
I will distract him and sit and talk with him at first, while you make
Oh.
your move.
Wonderful. And Farmer, what are you doing?
I can fill his mind with laughter.
That is an interesting choice. Echo does not know what that means.
Yes, I don't know what that means.
So, Farmer, you can start filling his head with laughter right now. Like, while I walk up and ask him if he wants to hear a joke. Meanwhile,
God.
meanwhile, Echo is gonna do their thing.
I'm going to go look for some food. I'm quite hungry, and I will sneak off in this direction, like away, and then loop way back around where you can't see me.
So I'm gonna walk up to you, Locke.
All right, give me one quick
Kind of.
second. Let me do some quick rolls.
Sure.
I'm gonna be like laughing to myself, kind of like trying to hold back laughter, like as walking up to him.
Ooh.
Okay, give me one quick second. I gotta do some quick calculations.
Okay. Oh gosh.
Okay. Huh, that's funny. Alright. I didn't come up with that number, but that's how it ended up. Alright. Okay, go on. So Luthien, you're doing what now?
I'm like walking up to you, Locke, trying to like suppress laughter.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I will also walk up to
Elok, I know this isn't the right time, but I just thought of a funny joke. You want to hear it?
Elok is sort of cocking an eyebrow, says, I suppose. Yes, I could do with some cheering up.
So a bear and a rabbit were going to the bathroom, defecating in the woods. And the bear turns towards the rabbit and says, do you have a problem with shit getting stuck in your fur? and the rabbit says no. So the bear wiped his ass with the rabbit.
What is the
and then I cast Conscious Hideous Laughter on him.
Oh my god, what is the DC farmer?
Good question.
Jesus Christ. It's canon.
There.
Echo sneaks from behind while this joke is being told.
My god. Okay. Alright, what's that DC farmer?
It's gonna be 2 plus 3 plus 8.
13.
2 plus 2 plus 8.
Okay.
So 12.
Okay.
Does Elok laugh?
I would say he probably does, but in a very confused, like, what the fuck kind of way. Jeez. What kind of save is this? Is this wisdom?
Yeah, wisdom.
My eyes.
Ooh, okay. So, so what's gonna happen here is, Luthien, you're telling this story to Elok, right? And then, like, you laugh and Elok kind of laughs, like, bewildered, you know? But sort of, like, laughing along when all of a sudden the farmer abruptly lifts an arm and assaults Elok with, like, this sort of psychic attack, which sort of catches him off guard. Echo, you would recognize this as the signal, if there was one.
Yes.
This is
Sneaking
okay.
and
So I'm
attacking.
gonna, as soon as he starts like wincing from like that move and Echo's like moving in, I'm gonna like prepare my meta magic empowered spell with fireball or firebolt.
Oh my god.
Nice.
I'm just gonna cast it right before Echo gets to him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it. You're hitting him with a fireball?
Firebolt.
Oh, a firebolt. Okay. That's a 10. A 10 will not hit.
Just goes wide.
So as the farmer unleashes an attack, and Luthien suddenly fires this streak of multicolored fire. Echo, you are plunging down
Yes.
from your hiding spot or out wherever you are.
Yes. Do I have advantage on this attack?
Absolutely, yes.
Oh, yes. So I'm gonna. Yep, you got it. You got it. I'm actually attacking him with I don't know what it does exactly. Like, remember those powdered darts that those fucking, what was it, kobolds kept hitting us with? Was it kobolds?
Oh shit! You have one of those?
I have some of those.
Oh shit! Okay, give me one quick.
So I have
second.
one of those prepared in my hand, and I'm gonna attack him with it.
Okay, I believe that was a D4.
Well, I gotta see if it hits.
Let me see. This is the alt. What was this mechanic? Oh wow! I actually really like this mechanic.
Oh, I typed it in wrong.
Yeah, so it'll be a D4. You can add your Dex mod to this, and this would be a finesse weapon.
Sweet. Got it, you got it. It says? Oh. Got it. Okay. Okay, yep. Sorry. No. Oh, wait.
Oh, it's
I have
advantage,
advantage. I have advantage. Oh my gosh. Come on now. Really? I might have to roll some real clicky clackies.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Well, I already rolled, so it's an 11.
Oof. Oh
Yeah.
my god. So everyone's attacks fail.
Someone
Wow.
is looking out
Wow.
for Ewok right now.
Yeah,
Holy
God and
shit.
anime
This is
all
the
this
good
time.
me.
I will bonus action grapple.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, alright. Roll me that grapple check.
Got it. Strength check. I don't have strength.
Yes. Oh my god. Fuck you.
Oh my god. I'm not gonna be able to beat this, y'all. There's no
You're
way.
like, just kidding, Elok.
There's
Keep
no
you on your
way.
toes.
It was part of the joke, Elok.
8.
Holy shit.
Jeez, just biffing all of us.
Oh my god.
Oh my
The
god.
farmer, I believe you still have a bonus action.
Do I?
You do, and Echo, I believe you have a bonus action as well.
See if I got anything for that.
I tried to grapple and I failed.
Oh,
That was
that's
my bonus action.
right. Oh my god. Yeah, you guys are welcome to roll your own dice if you like.
So, first level spells are bonus actions, right?
Correct, yes.
So we can say that was my bonus action and I get, like, another action, like a full
Yep.
action.
That's correct.
I will cast Whole Person.
Oh, okay. Is it what's it, a DC 12?
Let's look. Yeah, DC 12.
What kind of save is it?
Wisdom.
This one's wisdom. Okay. Oh my.
What?
This guy's invincible.
Oh, this world. I'm enjoying this. Yeah.
Oh my
Getting me locked.
Holy shit. Okay. Alright. Hang tight. Give me one quick second. Let me pull up my character sheet.
Kroll just laughs.
I can watch it out in the woods.
This isn't even his final form.
Oh my god, you guys. Okay. Alright. Now we can all go ahead and roll initiative because that was technically like a surprise round. I will say that this took Isadora off guard because y'all didn't tell her this was happening.
True.
And she will roll initiative.
Is Isadora here?
starting the next
Oh.
turn. Yeah, she's here. She's traveling with you guys.
Oh, I meant is Tosh playing right now? Is she here?
Oh no, but she's like in the area because y'all didn't really
Okay.
say anything.
My macro didn't work, so I rolled a 9. I'm not sure if that auto populates on your initiative counter.
Let me see. Where's the? Here we go. I actually didn't see that. Let me try that macro. There it goes. So you have to have your token selected in order for it to work. It's a little weird.
Could have sworn. Yeah, I did.
Oh, weird. It's still not working for you?
Yeah.
Weird. Why would it allow me to do
The
it?
new attribute was down for Echo, even though I'm selected. That's okay. I think I can just roll it from my speech.
Oh, it's trying to roll it for Echo?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, it probably just needs you to click the button and like remake the macro, or just rename it. Oh, there you go. You got it. Okay.
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Let's click the sheet.
Alright, Barrett, you got that 15. Okay, perfect. It's adorable. Roll. And Elock will roll. Alright, Echo, you are up first. Technically, you still have advantage because of your assassinate. He is not yet acted. You're an assassin,
Amazing.
right? Rogue assassin?
Yes.
Yes. So he is no longer surprised, however, you do have advantage.
Okay. Here we go again. There's the first one.
Elock is technically flanked right
24. 24 to hit. 12 and
Okay,
a 24.
That will definitely hit.
Cool. I did it with the dart thing.
Okay, alright. So it's a D4 plus your dex mod. And feel
Heck
free to add
yeah.
your sneak attack if you like.
And my sneak attack is, I think my sneak attack is 2d6.
Shit, I gotta pull up.
And sneak, yep. I'm gonna roll that. Oh, wait. Great, so that's 6, 7, 8 damage.
You know what would be really fun right now? David, would you want to play Elock? Because you know how to play a paladin.
I do not play Elok, I'm sorry. I don't know all that Elok can do. I know that he can lay on hands and probably smite.
No sweat, no sweat, no sweat.
Does he have sleep? I have sleep.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Give me one
If-
quick second.
Yeah, if Elok can cast sleep, that is absolutely what I would do in this situation.
Okay. Okay. Never mind. I'm good to go. Alright, so Echo, you dealt 8
damage. I rolled 2 1s on a 2d6. I rolled 3 1s so far.
Go ahead.
Anyways,
Alright. So,
I will also, at the end of
Sweet.
that, as I actually hit him, mark him as my favored foe.
okay.
And do an extra 1d4 damage.
Alright, go ahead.
Just flat 1d4. Okay, an extra 2 damage.
Oh my god. Okay, so Elock cries out as you like he doesn't have like quite all of his gear quite ready. And you're able to just plunge it into some of his like exposed, unarmored parts of his body for another 2 damage. Okay.
Bonus action grapple.
Alright, go ahead and roll it.
Oh gosh. Another nat 20?
Ugh, dude.
That's insane.
I can't.
That's the most
There's
insane
no.
thing I've
There's
ever
no
seen.
point. Nope. All right, that's my turn.
Oh shit. Okay. All right, Luthien, you're up next.
Alright. I'm going to back away from them a little bit. And use, prepare my empowered spell again. And another firebolt. Throw it at his face. Let's hope this one actually lands.
Just saying something.
Oh my god. Does that hit?
Oh my god. No, that does not hit.
God. Is there anything I can do for bonus action? Nope. No bonus action. Okay. Alright. Reroll initiative. I mean, I guess I'll move back even further, kind of like getting some form of cover. Alright. That's my initiative.
Okay.
Did you see what I sent you on it?
I did. Okay. So. Yes. I'm just looking at something real quick. Alright, so Echo's behind Elok. The farmer is in front of Elok. And Luthien, you had backed off. As you would step out of range...
I wasn't in range with them.
That's true, you weren't in range to begin with.
I was like 10 feet away from them.
Okay. Give me one quick second to reference something. Okay. Shit. Alright, so can the farmer and Echo each make me a wisdom save?
Yes.
The farmer, you're golden.
Nice. This have a +1, so that's a nice roll.
Oof. Echo, you're actually also golden. As you as you both see Elok sort of incanting, and you feel a pulse of magic brush past you. You both shake it off. Seeing it didn't work, Elok... Oh shit, he's being attacked. He's being jumped by all three of you. He's already used his fucking action. I have a bonus action left. Oh shit. David, just Thunderous Smite, do you attack as part of the spell?
The spell, you infuse your weapon. The spell goes off whenever you connect with your weapon.
Okay. Ooh, do paladins do anything with bonus actions?
No,
Oh, off the top of my head.
not really.
Fuck, okay, then what Elok's going to do is probably try and make a run for it. Because he's being jumped by the three of you. Yeah, in fact, Echo and the farmer, can you each make me attacks of opportunity
Yes.
as Elok attempts to sprint across?
How does that work for you?
Oh, shit.
Both hit.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude.
Shit.
Holy shit. Okay. All right, farmer, go ahead. We are doing injuries table, right? I think we
Yeah.
were all doing that. Go ahead and roll a D100, farmer. Let's see what you get.
40.
40. Discouraging wound. 1 level of exhaustion until the end of their next turn. Okay. Disadvantage on all skill checks. Fuck. Okay. Alright, so the farmer, why don't you tell me what you do as Elok's attempting to run past you here?
I speak into his mind and I say, just as you have taken so many, I will take you.
And I grab my great axe and I just I don't hit him with the blade end, I just hit him with the blunt, like flat of it, and just rock right into his body.
Clothesline him.
Yeah, as Elok is attempting to just linebacker past you, you just absolutely flatten him and knock him prone on the ground. And not only that, you have completely crushed in his breastplate such that his armor is like injuring him at this point. He is in completely critical condition. He is not looking too good. Oh
Is he
my
knocked?
God.
Is he knocked prone?
Yes, he will be knocked
Oh,
prone
shit.
from this.
Echo is impressed. Holy shit.
fuck.
Just knocked him flat.
So how much? Yeah, that did 52 damage.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a pretty tremendous amount of damage.
Wait, with an opportunity attack swing?
With an opportunity attack, yeah, he just hit double crits. Or he like did maximum damage on a crit.
Wow.
Okay. So hold up. So he did 52. Alright. Holy fuck. Okay. Echo, did you roll an attack of opportunity as well?
I did. I dealt 7 damage, which is nothing compared to 50.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's an amazing hit. Oh my
Uh,
god.
Alright,
Pure
so
luck.
here's the thing.
That's awesome, dude.
Elok is basically debilitated at this point. The farmer. How do you want to do whatever it is you're gonna do?
What does that mean?
Because I don't know what. How do you want to do this? I guess is what I'm asking.
I'm gonna look at Echo.
He dies, right?
Echo nods.
I swing my great axe right at his neck.
Chop his fucking head off. I love it.
I barely know this guy, but I'm gonna kill him.
Oh shit.
Learn something
Interesting.
new.
So you decapitate him.
Well, I'm gonna try to. I mean,
Yeah, he's.
I got very lucky last time. I have
Well,
quite the.
You have advantage. He's basically. I don't think you could. Oh my god.
Oh my god!
That's
Dude, again!
that
So
like explodes.
So Echo, so like all of you guys, this is I guess really the first time you're really watching the farmer, because before there was a lot of commotion, and you're seeing now as the farmer like slices into like and very cleanly through Elok's neck. He also cleaves into the ground a good deal. And you note that the strength and the speed of movement exerted by this figure is exceedingly fast and exceedingly powerful. Deceptively so for its form. But yeah, Elok is super fucking dead, super fucking decapitated.
The Green Knight just decapitated somebody.
Yeah.
I grab his head and I hand it to Echo.
For you, friend.
Oh, thank you. Echo keeps it and loots the body.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, there is damaged heavy armor. There is. Let me see. What does Elok have on his person? You'll find rations. You'll find he's got his great sword. Interesting.
I pick up the great sword, and it doesn't really feel like a weapon quite for me, but I take a look at the farmer and I say, perhaps you would be interested in this, and I hold out the great sword.
No. A warrior deserves to die with his sword.
Oh,
You should keep it.
sure. They just kind of drop it.
I walk up and I say, shall I cremate his body?
Sure.
I would rather him rot slowly, die into the earth, than to cremate him.
You guys just watch as his blood
If you
is just
wish.
flowing through this water here.
Is Isadora interested in this blood at all? That's just like
Yeah.
flowing out of him?
I would say Isadora's like kind of stunned by everything that just happened because it happened so fast. Is Isadora interested in this blood that is flowing out of him? I don't remember how explicitly she partook in like humanoid blood. I can't remember. She might be.
Okay.
Yeah, she might be. Might get her a good old sip of that neck.
I would like to come back and
Holy
seeing
fuck.
Elok dead. I would like to maybe take the head if no one else wants it into my possession.
I'm holding the head right now.
Can I have it from you?
I kind of wanted to keep it.
Are you gonna do anything with it?
Yes, I had plans for it.
Oh shit.
You didn't even want him to die cruel, but yet you want a trophy.
Yeah, a trophy. Maybe I'll take his heart if that's okay with everyone. Then.
Oh, eat your heart!
I don't want to eat his heart.
Yes, Tommy.
Alright, so Cruel, you are going to.
Well, can I message you real quick?
Yeah. You want to jump in the whisper chat, or would
Yeah,
you rather
sure.
message
Just real
me?
quick. Just
Okay.
real quick.
Okay, sure. We're gonna bounce over y'all.
Okay.
How much of his body do I need to resurrect him later?
That's a great question. I would say really if you have any amount of his blood, his blood is a very like powerful. Pretty much it. I don't know
Okay,
how
so
familiar.
his heart should be enough. Do you think?
What's up? Yeah, I
So
mean
his
his
heart should be
heart's
enough?
his heart's pretty fucking solid. If
Okay,
that's your
cool.
goal, yeah.
All right, cool.
All right.
My
Okay. All right.
Why
So
do you want a trophy from something you were not able to kill yourself?
it's not a trophy. It's something to remember him by.
So you guys watch as Cruel starts to cut the heart out of Elok's chest, pries off his breastplate, his
And
collapsed
y'all-
breastplate.
Y'all have seen me desecrate bodies before. This is fine. I did the same thing to the moth people.
Dang, you didn't want to kill him, but you were willing to tear him apart.
Well, if it's already done.
Can I do an insight check on the just want something to remember him by?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that dirt? Or is that blood?
It's blood. Put
Flowing down the river.
Put it on the map.
17?
17. Cruel, go ahead and roll your roll.
What am I rolling?
You're rolling deception.
Deception, okay.
Yep, it's a little strange, but Cruel's a pretty strange guy. Might be worth asking him about later.
Yeah, why would you need that? Very interesting.
Okay.
The farmer's gonna take his hand and put it in the empty chest cavity, and just pull out his hand and stare at the blood.
It's like we're taking stuff out of pinata.
So you're just...
You've seen blood before, right, the farmer?
Yes, I've shed it as well.
I don't think I cast this on the farmer when we first met. Can I just quickly do impossible knowledge?
Oh my gosh.
What does that do?
It tells me a random fact about you.
Ooh, cool.
Oh jeez.
He knows a lot about me.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez. Let me think
But
for a
which
second.
one?
How does that...
It can't be useful information to me. Like, I can't learn secrets, like passwords or anything like that from you.
But you can learn the origins of the farmer
Yeah.
that aren't compromising, per se.
I want you to know.
He wants you to know.
It comes in the form of a personal memory or an unknown but undamaging secret.
Do you want to try generating that, Matt?
Ooh, okay.
But it can't be anything that would hurt you for me to know.
It doesn't have to be. That was more just like a limitation so it wouldn't get like abused in some crazy kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
So, you learn that I'm secretly a spy working for a rival kingdom to sabotage the party's quest.
Cool.
Damn, that's pretty important.
That's important enough. Yeah.
It could be.
I just tuck that away for myself. I don't share that with the party because I'm kind of upset with the party right now for just randomly killing Elog.
Well, it was pretty shitty, but it had to be do it. I made a deal.
Well, you're an honorable person, Luthien. You kept your word.
Even though I missed like 100% of my attacks, just watched as the farmer farmed, harvested Elok.
Yeah, that was a pretty insane amount of damage.
I got crazy lucky. Oh, I rolled a 19 too. I forgot that I get the bonus.
True. Yeah.
So I roll a crit on a 19. I just now noticed that. It's wild.
Wow. Oh, that's all right. Okay. So. I'm sure Fife will be intrigued by this.
Five probably would have joined in if they.
Yeah. I don't know if Fife necessarily wants
legendary
anything
archer.
of Elok's. And Echo, I'll get to you about what kinds of possessions Elok may have actually had that you would find on his person.
Okay.
Okay, so what are y'all going to do with the rest of this? Are y'all gonna leave his corpse, his headless?
We were told to
organ
let it
robbed?
rot.
All right.
We let it rot.
So he's just gonna be left here on the bank of this little creek, bleeding into this Feydark water. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. So, what would you like to do now?
Brag. We killed Elok. Ha ha! Gimnis, how do you feel about this?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
goodness.
Jesus Christ, that's right. Gimnis is fucking sleeping over here.
I want to hear nothing out of you, Gimnis.
That happened so quickly. I don't even think it was loud, to be honest. How far away is Gimnis? Gimnis
He
is
logs
far
death
as fuck.
screams.
Dude, yeah. Gimnis, because this isn't actually a straight line. Gimnis is actually pretty far away right now.
So he's just sound asleep.
And if I'm not mistaken, that was what? Y'all jumped Elok. Elok used a magical attack, which didn't work. He incanted, and then the farmer basically instantly slew him. Yeah, I would say that was overall pretty quiet. I don't even think I need to roll for that, for how far away he is.
Took a nice little nap, no harm done.
Yeah, he's probably about like 120 feet away.
That's insane that he just slept through that.
I don't think so, man.
He did.
120 feet away when everything was non-verbal. I think the only thing that would have been heard, because everything was mist, right?
Fireballs being like the fire bolts.
Did you hear fire while you were asleep from 120 feet away?
I mean, if you're pushing it around in a large, like, beam-shaped form and throwing it at something, it's gonna be kind of loud.
If you're thinking like of a gushing plume of fire. Let's see here.
It's like swinging a torch around, but, like, louder.
Fucking paranoid Gimnis like jumps to his feet instantly. Oh my god. What the fuck? Gimnis. Oh god. Gimnis is next. Gimnis is gonna fucking run over and be like, oh man, how would Gimnis react to this? Gimnis hardly knew Elok. They only traveled for like an afternoon together.
He would just
He'll
be
never
shocked.
know.
I don't think he would be too worried. because
Yeah,
Luthien would reassure him. He'd be like, "This doesn't concern you. This man wasn't to be trusted, so we had to deal with him."
Oh dear. Let me see. Roll me a persuasion check.
Do I have that as a plus?
Because that was honestly what you thought, if I'm not mistaken, Luthien.
Yeah, because he was friends with the moth people. Bring in the moth people. Oh, I have to do this.
Yeah, I don't know that Gimnis necessarily has too much of a connection.
Oh, he's breaking my lies. He's
No,
like,
it's not that. I don't think Gimnis has any kind of connection. I was just wondering just how persuasive you actually were. But I think Gimnis is going to be at the very least alarmed and say, he couldn't be trusted. Well, whatever do you mean?
he knew those Mothrin. He was going to betray us and hand us over to the Queen.
Ah, yes, that would be very terrible indeed. Well, there's no helping that, I suppose. Better not to have one of them with us.
Do you want any pieces of his body for yourself? We seem to be divvying him up.
It's not our custom to do this.
Weird.
Weird.
Gimnis would scowl if his insectoid features allowed for it. Okay, so
His
in-
mandibles,
You're blinking.
like, droop.
oh man. Okay. This actually isn't a bad stopping point, but would y'all like to RP further?
I mean, I got all the information I wanted from Elok, which is why I was okay with killing him.
Thank God you got it.
Did he like tell you anything that any of us couldn't have just told you?
Well, so Echo wouldn't really tell me much about Meryl Suhana,
Oh, okay.
and so like I asked D-Lock, like, how did you get here? And he's like straight up told me, like, they made a pact with a creature to get here.
Yeah.
This like weird looking creature that opened a portal. And so I took that information to Echo, and I was like, so I know this, this, and this. And Echo's like, okay, here's a deal. If you help me kill this guy that you just got the information from, I'll bring you right to the creature.
Yeah, specifically, we got the creature to make a deal with Harbin in the hopes that she was going to kill Harbin. Disappointed that didn't happen. But Harbin is cursed or something, to where he is a liability now. So we probably need to. Someone needs to, take care of Harbin Wesker.
Gotta clean up that mess.
That mess. No good.
Oh my god. Oh, that's awesome. That's fucking awesome. Yeah, would anyone like to do anything in particular?
Can I do a quick perception check? Just one look around.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a perception check.
See if I see anything that might be watching me. 30-20.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Echo. I will say that as you look about, you are going to see. Let me see, give me a quick second. Where is you're going to see a murky black cloud. And it looks kind of like.
Oh god, is that more locusts?
So it's kind of like up in the air, right? It's a little ways above everything.
Is it just floating there?
Yeah, it's like this smoking black space that's kind of up above. And from that space, you will see this thing. If I can. I'll just drag it from desktop. In a quick second. I have way too many images on my desktop.
What? Oh.
Okay. So you're going to see this sort of watching the party, Echo. And as you notice it, it like takes notice of you noticing it, and it sort of just slips into this black sort of smoky hole, which just sort of like kind of just dissipates.
Okay. I just take note of it.
Okay. All right. Anybody else want to do anything?
I think I'm good.
Is it? Can I ask Luthien if it's dangerous for us to be around a dead body out here?
Do I know anything about the decomposition progress in the Feywild process? In the
I would
Feywild?
say you are like intimately familiar with the decomposition process.
Yeah. Is something gonna get attracted? Is something bad gonna happen?
I'll say
Being around
yes.
a dead body. Okay.
Yeah,
we should.
we
should
leave this
move.
thing out. We should get out of here because if something's tracking us, they'll find us easier with the trail we leave.
Okay.
Because we don't do very well to cover our tracks.
Does anyone want to deposit the body?
Into the river?
into a savings account.
Yeah, push it into the river.
Yes.
Okay.
I just kick it with my feet and just kind of like push it over.
All right. So, so you push it over to the river. Oh god. And as soon as like Elok sort of is out in the water, he's just immediately gonna sink to the bottom, like at the edge of the water. And like his sword and everything metal, like, because I assume all his armor's still on him. Did y'all remove all of his heavy armor? Was that a thing y'all were trying to do?
I don't think so. The farmer told us not to.
I don't think we removed any of it.
No, we
Yeah.
didn't take a sword.
I feel like
Yeah, so-
somebody had to get his heart out, though, right?
I
Well,
like
the
reached down and threw his
breastplate
neck.
off.
Yeah, he like
Oh.
took part of his breastplate off. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So he's got like an open chest cavity there, and yeah, he's just sort of like floating in the water at the water's edge of like a pond somewhere. Let me see if I have like any water anywhere. Oh, I don't. Okay, sure. Great. So you're depositing Elok in the water. Anybody else?
Oh, Echo makes more tea again.
Okay.
What was the situation with the flare we sent off? What are we thinking on that, Gymnast? How long?
So basically what we decided to do, and this was kind of before you came back to us, Cruel, is
Okay.
we kind of retconned the space between
Okay.
the wait time between when she put the bovine essence in the drink and the day when y'all come back and everything's actually taking effect and all that.
Ah, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So really this could just be like overnight, kind of that same evening.
Okay.
Okay.
Can the farmer read my mind just anytime?
I would say the way it generally works,
Like, does the farmer know why I took out the heart?
okay, so yeah, the way it's generally going to work is that the farmer has kind of like open communication with everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but everybody kind of has one-way mental communication with the farmer. Does that make sense? So the farmer's like a telephone operator, but everyone can really only speak like one way with the farmer.
Okay.
As far as like reading everybody's mind goes, I want to say generally, yeah, the way I'd conceived of the farmer is that the farmer pretty much always has detect thoughts on. But for the sake of mechanics, if y'all want to hide something from the farmer, then like you could roll against the farmer.
Okay. Well, then I would like to hide that from the farmer. I do not want the farmer to know that.
Yeah. So Cruel, even if you are like not able, let me think for a second. Because like at most, right? So like if you were to roll against the farmer in this situation, and I'll have to like kind of think this through a little bit more. I'm thinking that the most the farmer could glean is that you're trying to like actively hide something, but you would be able to successfully hide it. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yeah.
And if you succeed, the farmer can't tell you're hiding something.
Gotcha.
I think that should work mechanically moving forward. So do you want to roll for that, the two of y'all? That'd be an insight, and Cruel, that'd be deception.
Okay.
The old 7.
The old 7. I can't lose.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice. Okay.
And you didn't
Yeah.
lose.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sneaky. Okay. Awesome. Well, in that case, we will go ahead and bring this to a close. This has actually been a perfect session. I Don't
Good
know if I
sash.
could have done this any better. I'm so pleased with how it went. Okay. Awesome, y'all.